my people? This is ShowBizz, Lord. Don't. All right, man. Look at who we have here. Who do we have here? Jack Black. What's going on with you? Whoopee. What's going on with you, Zay? What's going on with you, Miguel Tower? Oops, sorry, man. Look. Yeah. Fight night tomorrow and Saturday. But first, I want to say this. Look, Canelo Alvarez. I watched. How many of you guys saw this final press conference? How many of you guys saw the final press conference? And don't forget, put your money on BUSR. Go to busr.com/showbiz. Put your money on the fight. I know I did. I put my money on Canelo Alvarez for the knockout. I'm not going to say how much this time because it makes me sweat. But I'm looking to win $2,000. So put my money on the Canelo Alvarez KO. You guys should, if you want to put your money on the fight, go to busr.com/showbiz. The link is in the description box. We got to talk. Okay. Did you guys see the press conference? Up off net? Did you guys see? Oh, go to showbiztheadult.com. Go ahead and get yourself the t-shirt or the hoodie. I survived 2020 up off net, and that's the boot. Eggnog, Christmas in the cup. You saw it. Okay, look, there's a few things I want to take from this final press conference. A few things I want to take. Both of those boys are champions. Okay, that's the one. That's the first take. Okay, both of those boys are champions. Canelo Alvarez. We all know that he's a champion, pound for pound guy, and we'll talk about that in the war room. We're going to have a serious discussion, serious debate today, okay? This is no just hoorah, let's celebrate Canelo Alvarez moment, all right? Because Callum Smith is also a champion. He's a big boy, okay? What's going on, Alex? He's also a very good boxer, all right? Callum Smith is the Ring Magazine champion. He's the lineal champion as super middleweight. WBA super champion, super middleweight champion. Also on top of that, he presents himself as a champion. And I want to say this. as well. Everybody hit the like button. Let more people come in. You got to hit the like button. Because like I said, the notifications don't go shooting out. You got to hit the like button. But I want to say this too. Oh, and I know you guys are in a heated discussion, okay, about if Errol Spence ducked Terrence Crawford. I've been looking at the comments. You guys, you boys are going at it, okay? You didn't leave much room for me to be disappointed in the comment section, all right? Not a lot of people thought I was going to go live today anyway. But with that said, I want to say this too. If you want to talk about culturally, when you talk about huge supporters of boxing, let's go there, and I'll read a super chat in a minute. When you talk about huge supporters of the sport of boxing, you look at the United Kingdom, and the UK birthed the sport, the sweet science, right? 1681. And you have the Mexican culture, right? When it comes to boxing, they've been doing very well as far as supporting the sport over the years. Now, a lot of people like to say that, there will not be boxing without the Mexican people. Well, there wouldn't be boxing without all people. Hit the Tyson bait. But with that said, for me, who loves the sport, I love the sport. And we'll talk about boxing fans and boxer fans in a minute. When I look at that, I am extremely pleased with Callum Smith being a champion, UK guy, Canelo Alvarez. I am very pleased at this fight, that they were able to make this fight so quickly. And of course they would. Of course they would, okay? With Canelo Alvarez being on his own, the guy is crazy. Canelo Alvarez is insane. Callum Smith always wanted Canelo. So the fight was going to be very simple to make without the politics. Well, with less of the politics involved. I do want to say this too. Big ups to Eddie Hearn. Hit your Tyson base. Eddie Hearn seems like a guy who's young enough to be aggressive enough as a promoter. He doesn't give a damn. He knows that there will always be another great fighter. Okay, he just want to make great fights, it seems. But we'll talk about that. Especially heard Eddie Reynoso. Yep, said Canelo still has a lot to learn. Of course, you always will. Made it seem like we haven't seen the best yet. No, of course not. Of course not. We'll talk about that too. Boy, yeah, boy, too. Thanks for the super chat. 100 on Callum Smith, just based on the odds. Good bet. Because Callum Smith, it's not like he's not the champion here. Hit the Tyson Bell. So when you have odds that great against the champion, put money on the champion. Put money on the champion. Eggnog, Christmas in the cup. Callum lost to Ryder. Yeah, some people think that Canelo Alvarez lost to Lara. Hit the Tyson Bell. What do you want to, that happens in boxing? Have you ever watched boxing before? Who's the guy that said that Callum lost to Ryder? Ian, have you ever watched boxing before? It happens all the time. People think that Tommy Hearns beat Sugar Ray Leonard in a second fight. It shouldn't have been a draw. Many people think that Ken Norton went 3-0 against Muhammad Ali. Many people think that Castillo beat Floyd Money Mayweather, and Floyd Money Mayweather isn't undefeated. There's many people who believe Mike Donna beat Floyd Money Mayweather. Many people think Marquez won at least 2 of those 4 fights. All right? It happens. Okay? And like I said, Canelo Alvarez, people think that Lara got a gift. I mean, that Canelo got a gift against Lara. It happens. All right? Now, I think it was a close fight, and I think Ryder deserved the nod, but he didn't get it. All right? So it happens. Okay? But let's talk about what's going on right now. All right? Canelo Alvarez. Yeah, J-Man, you believe Canelo beat Lara in your opinion. There's people who believe Callum Smith beat Ryder. You feel what I'm saying? There will always be that discussion, that argument. No, it's not going to be resolved. There's always going to be someone on the contradicting it, right? On the contrary, right? On the contrary. So, I mean, that's just how it is. That's how it is. That's boxing life. But let's talk about this. Somebody want to change the subject already. Errol Spence, like you came into the subject of Canelo Alvarez versus Callum Smith and want to change it 7-8 minutes in. You guys crack me up. But let's talk about this. Canelo Alvarez seems to always be the little guy. Hit the Tyson Bell. Is there something to be said about that? Canelo Alvarez, he moved up to fight Triple G. Triple G was the bigger kid. He moved up to take on Triple G. He was the tank, great boxer. He was the bigger dude. Is there something to be said about that? Him taking on Danny Jacobs, the bigger guy. Is there something? He's always looking up to these guys, kind of like Lomachenko. Is there something to be said about that? Is there something to be said about him looking up at Kovalev and now looking far up at Callum Smith? Is there something to be said? He's daring to be great. Danny Jacobs is a guy you're not just trying to jump and fight, not as a champion. When he's not just fighting guys taller and bigger than him, Triple G was the lineal champion. Hit the Tyson Bell. He was the champion. Kovalev was a champion at light heavyweight. Callum Smith is the champion. Is there something to be said? Testing his limits, just like Lomachenko. Soon as Lomachenko lost, though, it was right? But Lomachenko always looking up. These guys bigger than him. I just want to know, is there credit there? Is there credit to a guy being 6'3", looking at a guy 5'8"? Are we going to one day say, when are we going to say Canelo Alvarez isn't cherry picking? Are we going, 8-inch reach disadvantage? Are we ever going to say that? Or do we think so highly of Canelo that he can beat everyone in the world And no matter who he fights, it's a cherry pick. I don't know why WBC. You got to ask the WBC. But why they got Benavidez ranked number 2? You got to ask the WBC. Maybe, but here's the thing. You shouldn't really ask why the WBC got Benavidez ranked number 2. What you should ask is, why does Benavidez always make sure he does something to vacate his title? Hit the Tyson bell. When are we going to put the responsibility on the guy who screwed up? Hit the Tyson bell. When are we going to say, hey, doing coke isn't cool, okay? And then they take a second test and find out, confirm, yes, he was doing coke. He had coke in his system. Okay, he came in overweight. We try again. He can't make the weight. When you give somebody second chances at it, and they still, when do we say, okay, let's not talk about what the WBC is doing as far as ranking him at that point, let's talk about David Benavidez. It's kind of like when Floyd Mayweather knocked out Ortiz. Everybody said, oh, that was a cheap shot. No one want to talk about how Ortiz headbutted Floyd in his teeth. That caused that. It's funny how what people perceive to be the little guy. Whoever you perceive to be the little guy is who you make excuses for, even if he's the one that's doing all the having all the issues, making all the problems, and having all the wrongdoing. Hit the Tyson bell. But let's talk about this. Wait, hold on. Cove was a shell of himself, was stopped 2 times before Canelo, known alcoholic, and in your words, his chin was cracked. Okay, by Alvarez. And then he came back and beat Alvarez, did he not? His chin was cracked by Alvarez, but then he came back and beat him. He came back and beat him, meaning that he adjusted. Now, I'm not saying that Canelo beating Kovalev is amazing. I'm saying, why do we always try to do that? Look at that. Look what happened in that super chat. Whatever we can do to take away from a guy's accomplishments. Andrew, do you have anything positive to say about Canelo Alvarez's accomplishment in beating Kovalev? Kovalev came back, beat Alvarez, or did you forget about that? Or and then he knocked out Yard with a jab, the first one to do it. Do we have any? Let's see if Andrew can muster the positivity, anything positive about what Canelo Alvarez did. Let's see if he can. I'm a fan, bro. Just keeping it real. Can you muster something positive? I just want to know, when it comes to boxing, everybody jumps to the negative. Let's see if we can muster something positive. Can you muster something positive, Andrew? Is it in you? Are you a positive person? Are you a positive person that project positivity or negativity? Can you muster something positive about Canelo Alvarez coming from, 147 when he first started, to getting the light heavyweight championship? Canelo beat Lara. I'm talking about Canelo versus Kovalev. Can you do it? You don't have to say Canelo was the greatest ever. I'm just asking, can you say something positive about that? Can you say something real and positive about it? Can you do it? Canelo has the best resume, in my opinion, and it's not due to. So you can't say anything. You see what I'm saying? He can't say anything positive about Canelo Alvarez beating Kovalev. Hit the Tyson bell. I can. And if you can, why do you default to saying the negative things? Why do you default to saying the negative things? That's the thing that I really want to know about and what I have to change with this community. I really want to know that when it comes to fans of the sport of boxing, these guys are gladiators. None of us has chosen to make a life out of it. And if we did, we're not that good at it. If so, we wouldn't be in this chat. Hit the Tyson bell. Picking apart these gladiators. Picking these gladiators apart. It's the war room. Blood in the water. Blood in the water. Why do we choose to only say negative things when it comes to these fighters that we should admire? Canelo Alvarez defeated Sergey Kovalev, who's currently number one of his light heavyweight division, but yet others consider him as the weakest of his division, which is incorrect. He is the weakest of the division because Canelo knocked him out. As soon as Canelo knocked him out, he took a dive. It was fake. Everything's fake. Why? Because I don't like Canelo. With me not liking Canelo, it gotta be fake. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. It's nothing else. Because if Errol the True Spence moved up to light heavyweight and knocked out Kovalev, I'm sure people would have wanted Errol the True Spence to get his love. All you need to do is look at, this is when you know if you're a hater or not. In the bank. Thanks so much, High Low. This is when, and High Low is when I know I'm on a roll. This is when you know you're a hater or not. Just grab your favorite fighter and insert them in that situation. Okay? Let's try it. Let's try it. Terrence Crawford fans. All right? Terrence Crawford fans. How many of you, how about this? How many of you feel that Manny Pacquiao should take on Terrence Bud Crawford instead of Errol Spence? How many of you feel Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao should take on Terrence Bud Crawford instead of Errol the True Spence? Right now. Yeah, I watched the knockout. It looked extremely real. It was extremely real. But it doesn't matter because, I mean, you're going to believe what you believe. Everything's, you don't like Canelo. Now, let me ask. Either one should fight them both. No, I want to see a banger into Tyson Bell. Hold on. Negative is subjective, King. To say a man has been stopped up in age and past his prime, it isn't hate. Do you give Holmes the same esteem for beating Ali? Facts. Need no emotional labels, bro. Listen, Andrew, that's totally different. That is totally different. Let me tell you why. If Errol the True Spence goes up right now and knock out Kovalev, that's a huge accomplishment. Now, if Canelo was always a light heavyweight, it'd be a good accomplishment. Beating Kovalev is always a good accomplishment. Always. When Alvarez did it, it was a good accomplishment. When Kovalev knocked out Yard with a jab, that was amazing. All right. Anytime a little guy goes up and knock out Kovalev, that is a good accomplishment. It is. Larry Holmes against Ali is totally different than what we're talking about. Okay. We're not talking about a blanket statement where a prime fighter knocks out an old fighter. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about when a little guy goes up. So look, no matter what, Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao beating Cotto is amazing. Hit to Tyson Bell. No matter how you slice it, Floyd Money Mayweather beating Cotto is amazing. No matter how you slice. Floyd beating Oscar De La Hoya, I don't give a damn how old they say Oscar De La Hoya was. Out his prime, whatever. Floyd moving up, going all the way up to 154 and beating him. I don't care how prime Floyd's supposed to be and how out of prime Oscar De La Hoya supposed to have been. When Floyd was shooting all the way up and beat Oscar at 154, that's a good accomplishment, period. And Oscar, he had his losses, right or wrong. Right or wrong, Andrew. Right or wrong. Like I said, all you need to do to let you know if you want to know yourself, if you're hating or not, grab your favorite fighter and put them in that position. Biz, why don't you like? I love them all. I love Canelo. I didn't say. Hold on. He's tripping. He's tripping. I'm sitting here taking up for Canelo this whole time. Oscar was too old for Floyd, but Floyd wasn't too old for Canelo. Bingo! Hit to Tyson Bell. Bingo! You can't do all that, bro, because there's going to be holes plugged in because you're not being consistent. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just saying Plug. This guy asked me, well, why would Manny fight Errol Spence and not Terrence Bud Crawford? Why would Manny fight Errol Spence and not Terrence Bud Crawford? Well, if you're a Terrence Bud Crawford fan, why don't you grab Terrence Crawford and put him in the position that Errol the True Spence is in? Thanks for the super chat. Why don't you grab Terrence Crawford, give him the 2 belts in the same promotion company as Manny and the pay-per-view star? You gotta fight Terrence then. Right. You see, once you grab your favorite fighter and put him in another position, that's when you know. Here's the thing. Like I said, Canelo is always looking up. All right. And out of all the fighters I brought up, like Andrew pointed out Kovalev. He didn't say, man, dog, Callum Smith. Now, let me ask you this. No, nobody, you missed me, bit. Oh, my bad. Let me get you. Nobody should leave. You can disagree with me. We're just going to go at it in the war room. Hit the Tyson bell. It's okay. Let's go. Let's work. And let's get something clear. Let's all figure each other out. Let's come to a conclusion. Bud could kill all the noise if he fights Sean. Yeah, and Errol can kill all the noise if he fights Terrence Bud Crawford. See what I'm saying? When you plug and you feel what I'm saying? Now grab Errol Spence and plug him in. It goes both ways. All right. Canelo and Bud are my fave, bro. I paid to watch Canelo live at Madison Square Garden versus Fielding. Another bigger guy. Canelo is a monster, but I call it how I see it. Right. And I call it how I see it. So we just had a conversation of you and I calling it how we see it. And I called you how I saw you. Hit the Tyson bell. I called you how I saw you. No matter what, you can look at the negative things when it comes to Canelo and Kovalev. And I see a lot of positive things, but why not mention the positive? Maybe the positive along with the negative. I'm going to tell you why I said that. I was at Fight Hype, right? Shout out to Fight Hype, by the way. They gave me mad respect there. I got love for them boys. I was in the live stream looking at the press conference, okay? And what I saw in the comments was a ton of boxer fans and not boxing fans. Hit the Tyson bell. I just saw a ton of people saying what people aren't doing. I try to inject myself. I said, wait a minute, hold on, wait a second. They're talking about what Triple G isn't doing and what Canelo isn't doing and people on steroids and all those things. I said, well, y'all not going to watch the Triple G fight Friday? Y'all not going to watch it? No, you're not going to watch it. You're not going to try to watch it. So you're not going to watch Canelo Alvarez versus Callum Smith on Saturday. No, the fight is trash. Then why you looking at the press conference? I'm watching Triple G, and I'm going live for the Triple G fight. I'm going live for the Triple G fight tomorrow. Everybody, I'm calling that fight. That guy, Biz, always thinks he is right. Sorry to break it to you, but you ain't, Biz. Okay, yeah, that's fine. No. I don't want to be right. I don't. Wait, hold on. Let me do it like this. I don't want to. I want to be corrected, right? I do want to be right, but I don't walk around thinking I'm right. If somebody can hit me with something that corrects me and I find the truth, whoa, hit the Tyson bell. I want the truth more than anything. All of you guys were telling me how good Tank Davis was. I was like, I just don't know yet, bro. I don't see it yet. I saw it. Everybody was telling me Teofimo Lopez was going to beat Lomachenko. I was like, there's no way. I mean, there's a way, but kind of. You know what I mean? Really, he just got a puncher's chance. He can't outbox him. You better knock him out. Got outboxed. I was wrong. That was great. It's great. It's great to hear the truth. It's great to be unbiased. It's great to know the good and the bad. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. But this is your problem. MSG. You want a different response from me. You don't understand that you probably the one who always want to be right. I'm chilling. Now, if Bud washes Sean up, boxing would be a wild combo. Yeah, if Bud, let me tell you something about Bud. Bud is so damn good, bro. Okay, look. Let's keep it real. Teofimo Lopez, my boy, by the way. Let's keep it real. Terrence Bud Crawford is so damn good. It's really, if you don't agree, or if you don't just really admit that Terrence Bud Crawford is probably the best, bro. Okay, fighting wise, all right, then you don't know what you're looking at. All right, Terrence Bud Crawford, if he washed Porter, I mean, I'll be shocked, but kind of not. I'll be shocked, but kind of like the guy is just damn incredible. Okay, Terrence Bud Crawford is fantastic. That's not what I criticize him on. His boxing ability, his aggressiveness, his anger, his professionalism, the guy. I can't say enough about how fantastic Terrence Bud Crawford is as a fighter. I can't say enough. Demetrius Andrade versus Billy Joe Saunders. Talk about IQ in the ring. I can't wait for that. That's beautiful. Now that's beautiful. Thanks for the super chat. That's beautiful. That's like the worst style for Crawford, probably. But Mike Donald was probably like, and because those like the worst styles for Floyd. But Floyd, he pulled through. Bud beats anyone at 135 to 54. We'll see. I don't know if he beats Errol Spence. I don't know. I don't know for sure if he beats Porter. I don't know if he beats Porter, and I don't know if he beats Jamel and Jared Hurd. I don't know. All I know is the guy's fan. He doesn't have to beat everybody to be great. Okay, Sugar Ray Leonard had losses. Roberto Duran had losses. Sugar Ray Robinson had losses. Iron Mike Tyson had losses. Sweet Pea Whitaker had. But that they are still fantastic fighters who fought them all. You can have bad nights. Hey, Biz, subscribe for over a year now. Love the channel. Keep up the fire. Excited for Garcia versus Campbell. Much love to you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm losing my mind over that one too. Okay, that's coming in a few weeks. Luke Campbell versus Garcia is coming in a few weeks. But I want to ask you. I want to ask you this. Okay. Canelo was too young for Floyd. Floyd was just too good. That's kind of what we gotta say. Let's think about what it really means. He was too good. Can we all just say agreed? Floyd was just too good for Canelo. Can we just say agreed? Because Teofimo Lopez versus Lomachenko wasn't that different. You know what I mean? Yeah, Floyd was just the boy is No. Yeah, bro. Yes. Floyd. No matter how much you hate the guy, bro. That's the unbiased talk we gotta have. Okay. Forget how he emotionally makes you feel. Like every time you see his face, you just want somebody to just dent it. Not you, because Floyd will whoop you. You want what's his name? Logan Paul. You want Logan Paul to dent his face in. No matter how bad, how sick he makes you feel to the pit of your stomach, the guy was just fantastic. He was just fantastic. But Floyd was just good, bro. It would. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Let me tell you how good Terrence Crawford is. Everybody hit the like button. We got 600 people here. Now let's get all the likes up real quick. Let's get it up. Everybody hit the like button. Hit the like button. Let's everybody get the likes up to about 500. So more people can jump in the war room. Let me tell you how good Terrence Bud Crawford is. Thanks for the likes. The likes jumping up. Thank you. Everybody hit the like button. Let me tell you how good Terrence Crawford is. There's no way, honestly, if he wasn't that good, that he should be in a conversation still fighting at the #1 spot for Canelo with Canelo Alvarez. There's no way. I mean, still right now, in the past 2 years, what he did as a welterweight, you shouldn't still be talking about him fighting for the #1 spot. You shouldn't be. I'm going to tell you, solely second best fight on the Canelo card, Biz. I like those heavyweights, man. I like those heavyweights. Now, let me tell you something. Terrence Crawford has not done what Canelo has done in the past 2 years. Think about it. In the past 2 years, Canelo has done more. The guys he fought and everything, Canelo has done more. He's done more. Look at my man, Marcus 5'10". He just said it right. Crawford hasn't fought any top welterweights. Canelo, definitely, that's not even a question. He's a lot more. Hit the Tyson bell. But Terrence Crawford is so damn good. His skill level is so advanced. He's knocking everybody out. He's so good. You're just like, dude, this guy's the best. Looking at him, you're like, this guy's the best guy. That's really what it is. You're looking at the guy in the ring and you're like, this guy is the best guy. I mean, that's the only thing you can say. That's BS. What's BS? We're in a war room now. Get busy. Kell Brook is washed up. Whatever. We just said Canelo Alvarez had a better resume the past 2 years. He's done more. I got sponsorships hitting me up. I'm really picky with my sponsorships. Go to BUSR. See, BUSR represents. BUSR is really dope. They sponsor giveaways and all those things. I mean, they're really behind combat sports. You know, a lot of these sponsors, I really just have one sponsor, really, because I'm very picky with who I represent. But anywho, yeah, that's straight facts. Canelo has done far more than Terrence Bud Crawford. But how the boy is so darn skillful, talented, and angry that it's like, and that's the Christmas in the cup. Crawford, then Spence. Yeah. No, Crawford's a better. Okay. Look. Let's do it like this. Crawford's a better boxer than Spence, right? I mean, we can agree on that, right? Because I just let's start there and then we can agree. Crawford is a better boxer than Spence, right? Yeah. Come on. Not to me. Jason, please. Jason? No? Come on, y'all. Come on. Brother, he's better. Ring IQ, he's better. Agree, Biz. More experience. He's better, right? Absolutely. By a little bit. But here's the follow-up. The follow-up is, it doesn't mean he wins. It's a Tyson Bell. He's a better boxer. It doesn't mean he wins. Right? He's a better boxer. It doesn't mean he wins. Because I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. James Toney was a better boxer than Roy Jones Jr. Dude, James Toney was a better boxer than Roy. Roy whooped his ass as if James Toney wasn't in the ring. Hey, James Toney was a better boxer. If you're going to raise your kid to box a certain way, you're going to raise him to box like James Toney over Roy. 100%. 100%. Your brother, Roy was a great athlete, and he knew how, and he had power in both hands, crazy power, 6 speed, and he knew how to box within his tools. But James Toney was a better boxer. Skill-wise, he was a better boxer than Roy. Roy was skillful. Not to say Roy, he's my favorite fighter ever. So it's not that Roy isn't a great, highly skilled fighter. James Toney is he's more skilled than Roy. Roy just whooped his ass. Okay, let's do it like this. Vernon Forrest was more skilled than Mayorga. Boom! Mayorga versus Vernon Forrest. My man just said it right there. Vernon Forrest was more skilled than Mayorga. Yeah? Dude, Mayorga was whooping his ass. Vernon Forrest couldn't beat Mayorga to save his life. Vernon Forrest couldn't beat Mayorga to save his life. Okay? Look. Tommy Hearns is a better boxer than Iran Barkley, right? You know what? I can keep doing this forever. You guys get it. Okay? Ali, Ken Norton just struggling. Like, we all know Ali was a better boxer than Ken. So what I'm saying is, Terrence Bud Crawford is a better boxer. Not by a lot, because Errol Spence can box. Boy, he can box. But Terrence is a switch hitter. He's better. My thing is, he's a better boxer, but that doesn't mean he's going to outfight Errol Spence. Errol Spence may beat that guy. And I mean, he may beat him up. Errol Spence may beat that guy. I mean, that's why we want to see it. Styles make fights. Yeah. And some people are just dogs. Some people are just, Errol Spence is insane. Hit to Tyson Bale. You got two predators in the ring. Bud has longer reach. Bud is just better in my opinion. Spence gets stopped. What I mean, right. I mean, I'm just saying it because how about this? I'm gonna just talk for myself. Because I think Terrence Bud Crawford is a better boxer doesn't mean I think Terrence Bud Crawford will beat Errol Spence or Sean Porter. Look, I think Terrence Crawford is a better boxer. I think. You may not think so. I think Terrence Crawford is a better boxer than Showtime Sean Porter. I can't call that fight. But this is how my mind works. My mind works. Sean Porter, I'm telling you, Terrence Crawford knows that's a terrible fight. Hit to Tyson Bale. Terrence Crawford knows, man, I'm going to have to bring my lunch against Sean Porter. Terrence Crawford knows this. Now, if you are a fan sitting at home and you're not taking any punches, of course you're sitting back saying, Terrence Crawford a whooping. Terrence Crawford is like, brother, this is going to be hell. This is going to be hell. He knows it's going to be hell. Everyone who fights Showtime Sean Porter knows it's going to be hell in a handbasket. Yeah, I've already announced twice, 2 days in a row that I've bet on Canelo to win. I like Porter too. Yeah. Buzz stops Porter, man. We'll see. But I'm just saying, he have to bring his lunch. If you think it's an easy fight, then you're asleep. He knows he have to bring his lunch. Uh, so who would you put your money on? BUSR.com/showbiz, Spence or Crawford. I got my money right now. It's tough. It's tough. But I've consistently, for the past 2 years, I've had my money on Errol the True Spence. Go ahead. War Room. Eat me up. Go ahead. Kick my ass. I don't care. Get busy. Get busy. Yeah, for the past 2 years, I've consistently said Errol Spence beat him. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, dog. Go ahead. Y'all have a good time. Well, great bet. Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, same Biz. I've been saying that for and it's so funny. Let me show you what I've been able to do. I've been able to say Terrence Bud Crawford is the #1 fighter in the world. I've been able to say Terrence Bud Crawford is the best fighter. I've been able to look at him and say, yup. And at the same time say, I think Errol Spence beat him. that comes from watching a lot of boxing, maybe too much boxing. I just look at I look at Terrence Crawford. I'm like, man. I look at the jabs that Kell Brook was landing. I look at the jabs that Jose Benavidez was landing, and I'm like, I'm looking at how you can kind of like solidly like hurting. Like that's what I do. That's why I look at that matchup and I'm like, dang, Errol will get him. Yeah, but I'm not for sure. But if I put my money on it, I'll put on Errol. I'll put on Errol. No, well, how about this, Biz? I'm a Buzz fan, but he has not faced no one at the top. So yeah, right. Okay, it's like this. It's like this. Let's do it like this. I like what common men say. Let's do it like this. When I look at the two, when I look at the two, and I look at who's more battle tested. Now, hold on. Terrence Crawford has greater accomplishments than Spence. But who's more battle tested? Think about it. I think Errol Spence has the edge only because of the competition. There you go. He has faced compared to Bud. Yeah, we honestly haven't seen Bud full potential. No, we haven't seen Bud dragged out in a dog fight. We haven't seen him dragged out in a dog fight. Right. When I look at them, I say Terrence Bud Crawford got way better accomplishments. I mean, Terrence, he's been at different weight classes. He's been undisputed and he's done all those things. Who's man to man, whose man has been more tested than the other man? Spence is more battle tested. Spence is more battle tested. Pac-Man versus Porter. Pac wins, but good fight, man. I ain't got Pac winning another fight. that's how. I mean, if Pac fight any of those boys, I think he's gonna lose, bro. I think his day was Keith Thurman, man. But people gonna jump down my throat on that. Do Bud have to pull a Money May, and alter ego it? Nah. I mean, it's nah. You talking about to be a big money? He's not even concerned. He's one of those guys that save his money anyway. He may have as much in the bank as Errol Spence. Errol Spence, he kicks it more. He spends it, buy a bunch of horses, and he does things. It's not how much money you make. It's how much money you have. Hit the Tyson Bale. Let's say that again. It's not how much money you make. It's how much money you have. So who knows? That's why I don't count people's pockets. He may be fine. Wasn't in the war room last stream in here now. I want smoke. Damn sewer water. Jay Cooley, here he is. Come on, Jay Cooley, get busy. Like I said, and hold on, I'm back to that. It's not how much money you make, it's how much money you have. When you look at me, look at my clothes. Look at my clothes. Look at my clothes. I've been wearing this shirt for the past 2 years. Look at my hat. If my hat doesn't have anybody, this is my sponsor. A lot of my clothes got my face on it, or Tyson Ranch or something like that. Look at me. Nobody really knows how much money it's not how much money you make, it's how much money you have. And I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you a little secret too. You don't have to buy a lot of expensive clothes if you work on your body. Don't wear your clothes. Have your clothes wear you. That's a little secret. To all you guys out there, if you work out, you can just get on a diet, work out. You can just wear a V-neck from Walmart and the same jeans you had on for 3 years and pull anybody. Don't wear your clothes. Have your clothes wear you. Great way to save money. Just get a gym membership. You will save a bunch of money. All right. So let's go back. Let's go back to Terrence Bud Crawford. Like I said, Terrence Bud Crawford had greater accomplishments. Okay. But Errol Spence was more battle tested. That's why I lean towards Errol the True Spence. That's why. Now, back on the topic. back on the topic. Yeah, use your membership. If you ain't going to use it, you're wasting money. Back on the topic. Canelo Alvarez, always looking up. He's doing it again against Callum Smith. Do you guys think Callum Smith is truly confident, or do you think he's faking his confidence? Do you see the possibility of Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence selling 1 million plus in pay-per-view if promoted correctly? Yeah, absolutely. If promoted correctly, yes. How about this? If you allow Errol Spence to fight Manny Pacquiao next, yes, for sure. Hit the Tyson bell. You got to understand the business. Terrence, they're ducking. Ah! They're ducking. Ah! You can't. So we're burning the candles at both ends. You're ducking, and then the pay-per-view, there were no buys. There wasn't enough buys pay-per-view. He only did this much. He's ducking. Ah! So you got to pick which one you value. You can't say both. In order for Errol Spence versus Terrence Bud Crawford to make the money, all right, either you allow Errol Spence to take on Manny Pacquiao for the big bucks, or you allow Terrence Bud Crawford to fight somebody with a pulse. I think Kell Brook had a pulse. I actually think that was good, but the people don't think so. So fight a Showtime Sean Porter who's buzzing right now, who gets a lot of marketing. See, people talk about Showtime Sean Porter like he's not a face. He is always on TV. Hit the Tyson bell. People see Showtime Sean Porter more than Errol Spence. Showtime Sean Porter he got a podcast now. He had that great fight where Errol Spence, so if you let Terrence Crawford, his face is more recognized than Terrence Crawford's. Hit the Tyson bell. You let Terrence Crawford fight a Showtime Sean Porter, or he fight Manny Pacquiao. That's the only way you can do it. From a marketing standpoint, not pocket. Yeah. Bud only fight creative players, nobody ducking. That he ain't did nothing. Salute, brother. Dropped a puppy for Julio Cesar shot. Did you? Now on my way to see Canelo versus Callum. Hit the Tyson bell. That's our boy, the real pit bull. Really? So Julio Cesar Chavez, huh? Got a puppy, huh? Man, you got the best pit bulls, man. I see them everywhere. Not just the best, but real pit bulls. I see them everywhere, brother. Keep doing your thing. Shout out to you. How do your sleeves fit the same in every shirt? I heard Plant fight. Biz, proud of the community. Go. Thank you so much. His podcast is pretty good too. Yeah, it's good. Porter didn't beat Spence. Man. Man, I probably not. Look, I think Spence won. But man, brother, look, I'm gonna do it like this. Porter may have won more rounds, if not as many rounds, bro. If it wasn't for that knockdown, dude, Porter may have won more rounds. Can we do it like that? Hold on. Smith is very confident. He wants revenge for his brother, by the way. Great community and another great stream, Biz. Thank you so much, Adrian. Look, no hard feelings. They say how everybody know Andrew's still hanging in there. Nobody's hurt. Everybody, we're in a war room. Let me ask you this: where Errol Spence? Porter may have won more rounds, bro. B is gonna be the GOAT. I'm just saying. It's just like that Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury draw. Deontay Wilder, it probably was a draw, fine, but who won more rounds, bro? That's why, to me, when I look at Terrence Crawford versus Porter, I'll be like, bruh, it's over. Errol the champ. Who cares about Sean? See, Jay Cooley, that's my guy, boy. Errol Spence over everything, boy. Spence won clearly. Boy, because you put in caps doesn't mean it's true. But I read it, though, so you got my attention. Well, I have always agreed for Errol Spence to fight against Manny before he would have his matchup with Bud Crawford. Good. It would easily raise his popularity to a large audience. Yeah, I think, look, and we're going to get off this in a minute, unless you guys, we're just on fire talking about this, and nobody need to talk about Colin Smith versus Canelo, which I love that fight, by the way, and we'll talk about that in a little bit more detail in a minute. More classic egg-shaped form, or till this day, boy, you are crazy. You are crazy as hell. Yeah, look, I think people are screaming and panicking about Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence, even though the common sense thing is right in front of their faces. The reason why they're panicking, the fight's going to happen next year. But the reason why there's a panic is because Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. Really, right? I mean, let's keep it real. Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao got everybody scared. Hit the Tyson bell. Got everybody scared. Hey, y'all waiting too damn long. Yeah, they gonna get old. You're gonna ruin it. Because we don't have a time machine to redo it. Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, whoever you want to blame for that mess, is what got everyone scared. Let's keep it a full buck, bro. Because Terrence ain't getting no older. Terrence is a vampire. Terrence knocked out Kell Brook like it was nothing. He ain't gonna be old next year. You will be fine. We'll be fine. You blame whoever. We'll be fine. Okay. It's just that boy that scared the hell out of us. Now let me ask you this before I go. We got what, 7 minutes? Let's go this way. Let's go this way. Back to the point. Canelo Alvarez is on his Henry Armstrong. No one cares to talk about that, dog? Canelo Alvarez is on his Henry Armstrong right now. And don't forget AJ and Wilder ShowBizz. I mean, I forgot. I forgot about AJ and Wilder. I'm so on Undisputed right now, bro. Stop what? Stop what? My man Kenneth Wallace was like, hey, you stop that, Biz. You stop that right now. What'd I do? Yeah, he's a giant slayer for sure. Canelo. We don't know if he beats Colin Smith Saturday, by the way. We got, the WBC going over there right now. But we don't know. We don't know. But here's the thing. Okay. Wait a second. Henry Armstrong, what he did, what made it so impressive was he was a champion of 3 different weight classes simultaneously back then. There were only 8 weight divisions back then. And there weren't a bunch of sanctioning bodies. There was 1 belt. So he was the lineal champion in 3 weight divisions simultaneously. Okay? So that's where we are with Canelo. Right now, if Canelo beat Callum Smith, he's going to be a champion in 2 weight classes, a lineal champion in 2 weight classes simultaneously. A lineal champion in 2 weight classes simultaneously. Do you understand how amazing that is? He's going to be the lineal champion in 2 weight classes simultaneously if he gets past Callum Smith. Do you understand? That's why I said Terrence Bud Crawford is so good at fighting that this is even a conversation, because Canelo should be for sure pound for pound #1. But the fact that we're juggling, like we don't know, that just shows you how good Terrence Crawford is, because the accomplishment is insane. No. You got like 3 kids on the way, brother. That's a big deal. That's a big deal, bro. In anyone's book. Canelo lost twice to Triple G, but he hadn't, right? You know what I mean? It's a draw and a win. So it's like, right? Yes, it is. Yes, it is a big deal. Triple G versus De La. What the F is wrong with your eyes, bro? I got them from my mom and my dad, and I love them both dearly. And anything that I get that resembles them, I admire. So yeah, I got big eyes just like my loving family. And I rock myself. So rock yourself. Anything that people talk about when it comes to you, rock yourself. Give them the finger, because it's you. There's only one you. You better love it. I got big eyes and I rock myself because I love my family. I love my DNA. There's nothing you're going to say to make me not feel great about it. Nothing wrong with my eyes. Everything is right about them. Remember that. Hold on. Mitch Green versus Wilder, prime for prime. Who you got, Mitch Green, bro? Let's go. Let's keep rolling. I told you guys that before. Mitch Green, bro. Love the new channel art. Oh, yeah. God, what's his name? There's a guy, a show business partner, that did it for me. A show business partner did this art and just did it for free. Was like, hey, man, and just drew me in. It's amazing. What's his name? Hold on real quick. On Instagram, his name is Mark Irvin. His name is Mark Irvin Art. Mark.Irvin.art. Yeah. ShowBizz eyes can zoom in. Yes, they can. That's why I'm a great analyst. I get a lot of information. That's what's up. Yeah, absolutely. Looks fantastic. Thank you so much. Is Dillian White fighting Deontay Wilder? I didn't hear. No, I didn't hear that. What, you heard something? I didn't hear that. Roy said Canelo hasn't faced a boxer since Lara and Floyd. So it's not proven that he's improved until he faces another high-level boxer. That's what Roy said. I love Roy to death, but that's silly. I've seen Shakur Stevenson improve, keep improving. I don't know who he's fought that's on his level. But through sparring and everything else, Shakur Stevenson has improved. No, Roy, there's no way Roy said that. There's no way that, what did he say? We can't tell if he's improved until he faced the really? And he beat Lara. So he improved since Floyd. He beat Lara. The reason why he beat Kovalev, though people say he only beat Kovalev because Kovalev faked it, and Kovalev chin is weak, and he faked it. And Kovalev was too old, and he lost to Alvarez, so he beat him the second time, and he knocked out Yard with the jab. Everybody thought Yard was going to beat him, but after he won, it was like it didn't mean anything. All those things. The reason why Canelo beat Kovalev at that small size, jumping up to light heavyweight, and beating the guy who was on a winning streak in Kovalev, who has a fantastic jab, is because that boy can box. The reason why he beat Danny Jacobs the way he did, he outboxed Danny Jacobs, it's because that boy can box. What he was doing against Austin Trout, man, Triple G, that second fight, dog, Triple G was boxing his ass off. One of the, you can't name all-time great middleweights You can't name too many before naming Triple G. Canelo beat him. I mean, just he has shown different levels to his game. He's shown that he can box like he did with Danny Jacobs, like he did with Austin Trout, like forget them. When the Canelo Alvarez that fought Triple G the first time was a different Canelo Alvarez that fought him the second time, hit the Tyson bell. So there's no way Roy could have said that unless, Roy's just getting old or something like that. Roy's too smart. There's no way he could have said it like that. He may have said that he has had a boxer since Floyd and Lara, a slick boxer, but there's no way he said it like you said it. No way. No way. Send me the link. Canelo broke Triple G down. Yeah, I think Canelo won the second. It was clear that night. I called it live, my live stream commentary. I was like, yeah, he won. It was pretty clear that night. Triple G is not an all-time great middleweight. He is. He is all-time great middleweight. Who's saying? He is. Name 15 middleweights greater than him. I'll let you get the list together. Do you know what all-time great mean? There's been hundreds of thousands of middleweights. If you're in the top 15, you're an all-time great. So name 15 middleweights greater than Triple G. Please name 15. And I'll wait on that before I end the live stream. How you scored the second fight? I forgot. It was just pretty blatant. Like I looked at it, I was like, Canelo won. Close fights doesn't mean the other guy always won. Hit the Tyson bell. Because it's a close fight doesn't mean the other guy won. You got people who think Pacquiao beat Floyd. I mean, it's just, because it's a close fight doesn't mean the other guy won. Canelo won that fight. I think Triple G won the first fight. That's why the third fight is still intriguing to me. I think Canelo would knock him out, but Canelo, Hagler, Greb, Fitzsimmons, Burley. What? How many more we got? What are you talking about? Monzon, Hagler, Ketchel, Steele. Who gave Lopez a better fight, Loma or Nakatani? Who gave Lopez a better fight? Lomachenko. My thing is, I would have said Nakatani, except for Loma was actually hurting. Look, there was a time which people don't think about this because they don't really think about the entire fight. But there was a time in that fight where it looked like Loma, if he would have started earlier, he probably could have stopped Teofimo Lopez. There was a time when Teo couldn't do anything. And then in the 12th round, up until the point where the ref stopped it for a minute, Loma was on his way again. The ref stopped it for a minute, and then Teofimo Lopez said, forget this. That dog came out. But there was a minute where Loma looked like if he would have started earlier, he would have stopped it. That's how it was looking. That's why I'm very interested in the rematch. I'm just interested in a rematch because I saw things that I think other people didn't see. But I saw things. I think Teofimo Lopez beat him. But there was stuff about what Lomachenko did that I was like, Nakatani had Lopez, but Nakatani's that's a tough cookie. That's a hard. See, now people see this is my problem. This is my problem. And I'm about to go after this. This is my problem. It's a huge problem I got. Why everybody talking about Nakatani right now? Not to say you shouldn't be. I'm just asking why. I have a huge problem with that. Why? Why are you talking about Nakatani right now? Because I don't have to think that hard in remembering when I brought up Nakatani and everybody was like, stop bringing up Nakatani. His only good win was Richard Comey. I remember that. Hit the Tyson bell. I always brought up Nakatani. You guys know that. If you've been in this channel at all, you've heard me talk about Nakatani. When I did the breakdown of Lomachenko versus Teofimo Lopez, I used Nakatani because I said he was one hell of a boxer that made things tough on him. Everybody was like, Nakatani, Nakashmani. PD's pushback second fight versus Triple G. Yeah, it did. It did. Your best friend is here. Who's my best friend? Great answer, Biz. I just Comey is a real puncher. At Nakatani's better than Comey. Comey can fight though. Nakatani's a better boxer though. I'm just yeah, Nakatani Nakashimani, dog. That's what people were on. All of a sudden, he knocks out Verdejo, and everybody is like, hey, who'll win? Nakatani or Tank Davis? Hey, who'll win? Nakatani. Like, bro, I have no problem with that myself. I'm just saying it discourages me how people live for just the moment, their very last thing. So Nakatani has a great fight. All of a sudden, Nakatani, dude, come tomorrow. If Nakatani struggles against somebody else, people are going to throw everything else away. That is the bad. That is one reason why UFC fans has proven to be slightly better than boxing fans. The boxing sport, I think, is better than the UFC sport. The fans can watch a guy who is 15-7 and say, hey, this is going to be a tough fight because of his skill set. The random yells is killing. Bro, they can look at a guy 16-8 and be like, hey, man, that dude. Because they look at the fights and they break it down and under. They don't, the last fight. They don't do that. Why are we like this? As we gotta work on it. We really gotta work on it as fans. We gotta work on it as fans, bro. We really gotta work on this. It's getting disgusting. I have always said this: the UFC boxing fan switched. Yep. We really gotta work on this. Masvidal is a great example. Absolutely. How about Nate Diaz? Are you kidding me? How about Nate Diaz? I'm a fan of both. Me too. Oh my God. If let me tell you something. If two guys are fighting, okay, two women, if there's a fight of two adults, I'm watching it. I'm all the way in. He's very straight up and down. No, he's a good boxer. Okay, everybody. Make sure I'm ending the stream. Make sure that I was still waiting on the 15 fighters greater than Triple G, but I guess I didn't get that from the middleweights. Wait, hold on. Did I have something else? Wait a second. Did I have something else? Canelo Alvarez, Terrence Crawford. Anyway, we'll talk about it tomorrow. In my live stream commentary for Triple G. Make sure you go to busr.com/showbiz. Go to busr.com/showbiz to place a wager on the fight if you want to make a wager. Biz, catch you tomorrow, dog. Yeah, I can't wait to watch Triple G. I like seeing Triple G in the ring. I think he could fight. I just think his decisions, his team decisions ruined his career. As far as when you go back and look at his career, I think the team ruined it. But I think Triple G can fight. ShowBizz for adult. I can't wait to be entertained by that. And I love to see what Triple G is talking about after that. I'm out. Huh. The weird